Welcome to my world. Come on in and make yourselves at home. Welcome to my life. I know everything's gonna be all right. Welcome to my world. Oh, won't you come on in? Welcome to my life. It's known as the Tiger's Den. Greetings to all of my subscribers. I want to thank you for being with me for as long as you have, and the new subscribers that's coming on in. We want to say greetings and thank you for your time. This is from Toothless and the moderators. Welcome to the Tiger's Den. This is the voice of Cheryl, bringing you a public service announcement based on a true story. Summer is approaching, and I want to just remind everyone to make sure you check your back seats and your vehicle for your children and or your pets. This is to honor Officer Horace. I want to read a story that I ran across about Officer Horace, and it saddened me to hear what had happened to him. It comes from the Atlanta News First, is where I saw it. The story is written by Julia Scamahorn and Emily Van de Wright. Now, it was a news clip, but I don't want to show the news clip. It doesn't show you anything but for the language. And since my editing skills are not great, then I'll just read it to you. Savannah, Missouri, KCTV, Gray News. A canine from a small Missouri town was unalived after being left in a hot car, the department said. David Vincent, chief of the Savannah, Missouri Police Department, confirmed that Canine Horace was unalived Thursday after he was left in a car following an overnight shift. Savannah is located about an hour north of Kansas City. The investigation is ongoing, but the unaliving is being considered an accident at this time. Many community members are wondering why this tragedy happened. Quote, "Rest in paradise to Officer Horace, who suffered a horrible unaliving at the hands of the person he was supposed to trust the most," one user wrote in a Facebook comment. Unquote. Quote, "How do you do this to a fellow officer? We deserve answers, and we deserve the truth now." End of quote. Another Facebook user wrote in part. The Savannah Police Department is currently down to just 3 officers and considered Horace their 4th. Several new officers are scheduled to start next week. Further information about Canine Horace's unaliving was not yet available. And then they have copyrighted 2024 KCTV via Gray Media Group, Inc. All rights reserved. And I thank you under the Fair Use Act for allowing me to be able to use your story. The public service announcement is this. Dog owners in 9 states have been warned not to leave their pets in vehicles as a heat wave grips many parts of the country. The National Weather Service, NWS, issued heat advisories in states including Nevada, Texas, Missouri, Oklahoma, Kentucky, Kansas, Nebraska, Illinois, and California. Residents in parts of these states were cautioned about the extreme temperatures that can quickly build up inside cars. Don't leave young children and pets in unattended vehicles in a matter of minutes. Hundreds of pets are unalive of heat exhaustion in the U.S. each year from being left in parked vehicles. According to the American Veterinary Medical Association, some of the first signs of heat stroke in dogs can be heavy panting and excessive drooling, according to the American Kennel Club. Dogs might also become hyperactive and may have difficulty maintaining balance. As heat exposure continues, dogs might have muscle tremors and become lethargic and unwilling to move. Affected animals should be taken to a well-ventilated, cool area and sprayed with cool or tepid water and blown with cool air from a fan, according to the American Kennel Club. As of June 11, 2024, People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals, known as PETA, reported that 163 animals were unalived from heat-related causes after being left in cars in 2023. And this is something that you can do if this should happen to you. If you see a child alone in a car, you should call 911 immediately. A child's body temperature can rise 3 to 5 times faster than an adult's. And even when it's not hot outside, a car's interior can reach temperatures of over 110 Fahrenheit. Heat stroke begins when the core body temperature reaches about 104 degrees. A child can be unalived when their body temperature reaches 107 degrees. In 2023, 29 children were unalived of heat stroke in vehicles. If the child is unresponsive or in distress, you should try to get them out of the car as soon as possible, even if that means breaking a window. Once you've gotten the child out, you should help cool them down by spraying them with cool water or using a cool wet rag. You can also try moving them to a shaded or air-conditioned area and stay with them until help arrives. Avoid using ice as it can cause frostbite or injury. And these are some of the things that we can do to help prevent leaving a child or a pet in a vehicle. You can always check the back seat before locking your car. If you have children, you can educate children about the dangers of being left alone in a car. You can encourage children to alert an adult if they're accidentally locked inside. And double check that everyone or animal that moves and breathes are out of the car before exiting and walking away from the vehicle. Now, these are some questions posed by Quora, and you can find it on the internet. And I'd like for you all to answer these questions however you see fit in the comments. Just something to think about. Number one, what should be the punishment for people who accidentally leave their children in the car or their pets? Number two, should parents be held responsible for leaving their child in a car? Number three, what steps can parents take to ensure they never accidentally leave their child or pet in a car? And number four, what causes people to accidentally leave babies in hot cars? What do you think? Something to talk about. Let's get the conversation started. Put it in the comments. And if it's something that you guys want to see, we can do a live about it. But for right now, this is just a public service announcement. We want to remember Officer Horace and say rest in peace. Thank you for coming to the Tiger's Den. And I'm leaving. Goodbye.